it over to the head coach, Rick Stockstill.
Thank you, AC. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys had a great weekend, a great week ahead of you, and appreciate you being on here today. Excited about this week. Looking forward to playing a really good Marshall team. You know, they're 2-2 right now. They won their first two, and they've lost their last two close ball games. So a very talented team. Got a lot of guys back from last year's team. I think they've got 23 COVID seniors or super seniors. So it's a mature team. It's an older team. They got a really good quarterback. Last year he was a freshman and, you know, had a really outstanding year. Doc did a great job, you know, of building that roster, and he's a good player. They got good skilled guys around him, good receivers, good running backs. Their offensive line is really good. They lost a guy to the NFL and then a transfer. I think he went to Notre Dame. So, but they've got a good offensive line coming back as well. So 3 of the 5 starters from last year, just a really good. There's some similarities from what they've done in the past, but there's also a lot of similarities between what Alabama has done the last couple of years. Charles has implemented that into their offense. So they're an explosive team offensively. They're going to take shots. They're going to max protect and try to get it down the field on you. So really good offense. Defensively, they're like they always are. Athletic, can run, probably a little bit longer, a little bit bigger up front than what they've been the last couple of years. But they're very athletic and really good. Their front seven's really good. Back end is good also. They can run. Just a really talented team. And again, they're solid in the special teams. Ran a kickoff return back for a touchdown against App State. And they've always been, you know, really good in the kicking game. So that hasn't changed either. So we're their first conference game. And like I said, we're looking forward to this weekend getting started here. Practice yesterday, and then we'll go again tomorrow. So open it up to you guys with questions.
Hey, Coach. Cecil Joyce here.
Hi, Cecil.
Coach, obviously you knew this before the season started that you're going to have a tough stretch of road games coming in. How does it feel getting back home, and how's this going to help the players physically and mentally?
You know, we'll be excited. We're excited to be, you know, back home, and you know, you knew the schedule, you know, when it was that it was going to be, you know, close to a month before you would play back home again. So, but we love playing at home. We love playing in front of our fans. We love being out there physically. It takes a little bit off your body. You don't have to get on a bus. You don't have to get on a plane. You don't have to sleep in a different hotel. I mean, all the different things that go into a road game. So it'll be great to be home and in front of our fans, and we're excited to play it.
Morning, Coach. Sam down here.
Morning, Sam.
Well, not only is it a home game for you guys, but it's the annual blackout game, which traditionally has drawn some pretty good crowds for you guys. You know, what's the blackout game environment like, and is your team excited to play in that sort of environment again this year?
Yeah, you know, our players, they've always they love wearing the black uniforms. And, you know, it's always, you know, that adds a little bit of spice to it. You know, because we're wearing all black doesn't mean, you know, we're going to make a touchdown or a first down or whatever. You know, you still got to go play the game. But our players get excited about it. I hope, you know, our fans dress up and they get juiced up and jazzed up about it and come out there and support these guys. And you know, like you said, Sam, there's been some, you know, wild games, you know, in the all black. And I don't know if it's because of that or it's just coincidence, but, you know, we'll be excited to play this game. And I hope our fans, you know, enjoy playing, getting dressed up in it and come out and support these guys because it's going to be a lot of fun.
You know, Marshall's running back Ali has shown himself to be one of the better backs in the conference through their non-conference schedule. But what are some of the things he does really well that'll be a challenge for y'all defensively this weekend?
He runs with power. He's a strong back, but he's also got great speed. He's got great change of direction. Has great vision as a running back. He breaks tackles, so we got to do a great job from that standpoint. But he's just a really good back. Does a good job catching the ball out of the backfield, and so he's a complete back. He can run with power. He can run with speed. He's got some elusiveness to him, and they don't have to take him out of the game on third down situations.
Coach, your defense, first 3 games, play well enough to win any game. Your offense had arguably their best performance Friday night. How encouraged are you, and how close are you for these 2 things coming together for a stretch run?
Yeah, Cecil, just disappointed in how we played defensively Friday. We're better than that. I think that too. We're better than that. We just didn't play up to our standard, and that was a disappointing thing. And then offensively, we made some plays. Our receivers really did a nice job of making contested catches. They did a good job of the run after catch. Chase did a nice job of extending some plays, and he made some really great throws in there as well. So, but I believe in this team. I believe in this defense. I believe in our offense. And, we hadn't put all 3 phases together. We didn't play great offensively at San Antonio, but we did defensively. We didn't play great at Charlotte defensively, but we did offensively. And, Virginia Tech, we struggled at times in the kicking game, the special teams. So we just need to, put a complete game together where all 3 phases play together. But I believe in this team. I believe in these players. I believe in these coaches. And, I'm disappointed where we're at record-wise. But this team competes its tail off and fights and plays as hard as any team out there. So I'm proud of that. I'm disappointed in our record. We're going to keep striving, keep working, keep grinding to get better.
Coach, what do you think Chase showed you on last Friday that can provide that consistency from an offensive standpoint?
Chris, I don't know if he showed anything that I hadn't seen in practice or in the little bit of game time that he's played since he's been here, but because I believed in him. I knew he was a good player, and I told you guys all last week that Chase would play good, and I didn't have any, doubts that he wouldn't. He does a really good job of extending plays and buying some time. So that helped us. He was very, for the most part, he was very accurate with the ball. He protected the ball. He put one, that he got, he's got to throw it further out of bounds. He got it about 2 inches out of bounds, and, they about got an interception on it. So he's got to continue to do a good job protecting the ball. He's got a quick release. He understands. He can get through his reads. It's not a one guy, look at one guy or one man read and then, start to panic. He'll keep his poise in the pocket, and buy some time if he has to. But, I got a lot of confidence in Chase. I think he played really well Friday night, and, he should have confidence now moving forward. The team has always believed in him. And if there was anybody that ever doubted him, I would say they believe in him right now.
Coach, this is Chip Walters. Reed Blankenship became the all-time leading tackler in school history on Friday night. What does that say about him as a football player and his consistency?
One, I think, Chip, the big thing is just how Reed approaches every week. You know, he's a professional. He studies, he's conscientious, he cares, he takes care of his body, he plays hurt, he plays tough. He's made a lot of tackles throughout his career. And I just respect Reed, obviously, as a man. I respect him there, but I respect him as a player too, because I see every day how hard he works in practice. It's not a practice good today, not show up tomorrow. Practice good tomorrow, not show up the next day. And just, he's very consistent in how he approaches everything in life. He's a very, even-keeled, humble player, which I love. When your better players are your hardest workers, you got a team you got a good team. And Reed is definitely one of our hardest workers. And I respect him. And to leave his mark, any player, to leave your mark is the all-time leading whatever in program history. He can look back, on his career, college career, and be very proud of what he accomplished here. So I know I'm rambling, but a long way around it. Chip is just, I respect how hard Reed has worked and the adversity that he has had to overcome to be the player that he is today.
Coach, Zeke Rankin made y'all's first field goal of the season on Friday night. What's his development like been as a kicker, and what was it like to finally get that over that hump with the field goal and get him out there to attempt one?
I was hoping we could go through the whole year without attempting one. I'd rather score touchdowns. And but no, Zeke is Zeke's done a really good job. He's been very consistent all year. Obviously, all he's done is kick extra points up until that kick. But Zeke, he works, man. He's in the weight room, practice field. Again, he's just he's a tough competitor. He's a coach's kid that just the moment's not too big for him. And yeah, that wasn't, that long of a field goal attempt that he made, but still that's the first one he's ever done or attempted, in a college setting. And so I'm proud of Zeke. I'm proud of his competitiveness. I'm proud of how hard, he works. But I got confidence in Zeke. We're not going to try 66, 68-yard field goals like they do in the NFL, but I feel confident in Zeke's range where he'll go out there and we send him out there, he'll make the kick.
Anything else for Coach today?
Appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great week. Thank you.
We will now turn it over to our student athletes. Up first is Reed Blankenship.
Hey, Reed, Cecil Joyce here.
Hey, Cecil.
Well, Reed, first of all, obviously big milestone for you Friday night. Talk about what making your mark on the MTSU record books means to you.
It's a big accomplishment. I never would have thought I'd be able to do something like this, but I'm very proud of myself. I'm very proud of the work that I put in, and especially the coaches that have pushed me to be where I'm at today. I obviously haven't done this alone. It's came with a lot of years of playing beside the guys that care a lot about this program, and I just can't thank them enough.
Morning, Reed. Sam Doughton here.
Morning, Sam.
Coach Toxel just talked about how explosive the Marshall offense is this year under their new head coach. What have you been seeing from them on film study this week that they're doing differently than they used to? Because you are pretty familiar with Marshall from all those rivalry games over the years.
Well, last year, they got the new quarterback as a freshman last year, and they took a lot more shots down the field. And, it transformed to, this year doing the same thing. They got a good running back. That running back likes to take it downhill. He's a very powerful guy, like Coach Stock said. But we're going to probably see some of the same stuff we saw last year, taking shots, and we're going to be prepared for that.
This week is, the annual blackout game for Middle Tennessee. A huge game on the schedule every single year. What are some of your favorite memories of playing in front of, a blackout crowd in your time at Middle?
We played against a blackout crowd. I guess it was FAU in 2018, or it went to overtime. That was one of our big games that we've had here. That was an exciting moment. I can't wait to be in all black against Marshall again.
And then, just getting back home for you guys after being on the road 3 straight weeks, even independent of, it being, a big fan event for, the community. But what's it going to be like to be back in your own locker room, going through your own normal routine again, heading into this week?
It's going to take a lot of load off our bodies. We've been traveling, these past 3 weeks, especially getting on the bus, getting on a plane. You don't really realize how much of a toll it can take on your body. You don't get to rest as much, but being back home is going to be great. I can't wait to be back in front of our crowd. I'm very excited for this week.
It seemed like Chase Cunningham really came into his own last Friday. But I think those who've been around the program a long time would say that he's always been the sort of leader he showed himself to be for last Friday night. What's Chase like in the locker room leading this team now that he's the starter?
And he's a great guy. You could see it on the field. He's always been that, been that dude that everybody can look up to. Everybody knew in the locker room that he can play. That wasn't any surprise to us. He's just a born leader. I have so much respect for him. Everybody in the locker room was excited to see that. He's one of the most patient guys I've ever been around. He don't take anything for granted. He goes out with his hard hat on every day. And that's just something that I can learn too. But, like I say, he's just a great guy. I love and respect him to death. And everybody has his back no matter what.
Anything else for Reed? Thank you, Reed. We'll now turn it over to running back Amir Razul.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Morning, Amir.
Morning. Amir, Cecil Joyce here.
How you doing, Cecil?
I'm doing well, thank you. Amir, talk about the offense and just how things seem to have clicked. It's not easy transitioning into a new starting quarterback, but you guys didn't miss much of a beat offensively Friday.
Just like Reed said, I'm gonna pick up after him. Chase, we knew he could play. Since I first got out here, the year that I had opted out, the first person that I threw with was Chase Cunningham. And since that day, we just developed a great rapport, and I just was able to see his work ethic, and I just knew he could play. All he needed was a shot.
Morning, Amir. Sam down here.
How you doing, Sam?
Doing great. One thing Chase brings to the offense that he did a little bit when he in his spot duty the past couple of weeks is that zone read game that you were able to run to some success. What does it add to you guys, particularly running the football when you have a quarterback that's a legit threat to scramble out and get, some of those longer runs like you did on Friday?
It just makes the defense be honest, actually have to really read out, who has the ball and who doesn't have the ball. I may have it, another running back may have it, or it may be Chase, pulling up the backside with the ball and, taking it for a big gainer. That just is very dangerous to have two people in the backfield that can, run at the same time. So.
Coach Stock mentioned, Marshall's sort of, the classic Conference USA defense, a lot of athleticism, a lot of good speed, some good size on the interior linemen. But what are you seeing from them as you've studied them this week that you're looking out for from them defensively?
Just their front seven. Their front seven has played very well these past couple weeks. And, just us going in and doing what we do best, you know, just doing what we do best and going up against a decent team, you know, and handling our business.
Amir, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe will be your first blackout game, you know, as an
Yes.
active player at middle. What have you heard from your teammates about what the blackout environment's like, and how much are you looking forward to being out there on Saturday night?
Me and my teammates haven't really talked that much about the blackout game. I'm just taking it from Coach Stock. You know, it doesn't help us score any more touchdowns. It doesn't give us a first down. We still have to go out there and play our game. So that's really how I'm looking at it.
And, you know, piggybacking off that a little bit, you are back home for the first time in almost a month now. Reed mentioned how much easier that is on y'all's body. You know, just what are some of the more subtle things about being at home rather than away that you're appreciating now that you've been on the road for 3 weeks?
The bus ride and the plane rides, you know, you don't have to do those things. You know, you just get on the bus and go to a hotel like this right up the street. You don't have to do too much moving around, not too much laying down and getting back up and going back to meetings and things like that, you know, after you just got off a plane. So it's much easier, you know, playing at home than it is going somewhere else and playing away.
Anything else for Amir? Thanks, Amir.
Got you. Y'all have a blessed day.
And again, thanks everyone for being on today. Remember, we'll be back again next week as the Blue Raiders step out of conference again and to face Liberty. So thanks and have a great day.